let's have a look at this history bubble here that I have prepared, and let's begin the talks about the political situation of the area. So roughly this area here is at the beginning the possessions of the Habsburgs, going down here to nowadays Croatia and this area here. So this is the Habsburg proper, right? And we know that the Habsburgs have this staunch ally, which is same religion, the Bavarians. And then we know that this area here, this area over here, just revolted. The Habsburgs took the area, and this is going to cause Ferdinand, the emperor, which is actually a Jesuit. He is a staunch follower of the Catholic religion, and he believes, and he's going to be this thing, he's going to have this thing, a stark belief that he has to destroy Lutheranism. So as we know, there are a lot of areas in Northern Europe that are eventually Lutherans, which is called Protestantism in some cases. There is the Duchy of Saxony here, and as well the Brandenburg Prussia and a lot of northern Baltic nations over here. Of course, we already know that the English, they are clearly their own version of Lutheranism. So the situation is going to grow in the fact that, of course, up to this point, which we are talking in the campaign, is the year 16 from around 1625, 1626. The situation is going to be that here we're going to have two important characters. It's going to be Wallenstein, and here in Bavaria we're going to have Tilly. What these two guys are going to do here is that, let me get rid of this just for illustration purposes, because I just want to make clear which are these guys. These guys are going to be the commanders of the troops from the Habsburgs, and they are going to be in charge of moving all their troops here. Now, let's remember here very quickly that there is a situation here. Of course, Catholic nations such as the Habsburgs and the Bavarians, that are actually allies in between their own territories, we're going to have that situation that Ferdinand is going to force the territories that he have conquered to become Catholics. But there is another thing. We already know that there is another nation here that is Catholic, which is the French. But the French are going to do something different and something unique. Of course, another nation that with no doubt is Catholic is, of course, the papacy. So the most Catholic one that we already know up to this point is going to be the Spaniards. The Spaniards up to this point are the guys that they brought Catholicism into America, and they are the most loyal Catholics. So we are seeing here a interesting situation that is going to develop up to this point. The situation is that there is going to be a huge alliance of the Catholic nations. So let me go and make here the alliance of the Catholic nations. Of course, we're going to have Spain as a #1 ally with the papacy. So this is Spain, the the Iberian Peninsula with the Balearic Islands. They are going to possess up to this point here Sardinia and Sicily and the Kingdom of Naples on their control. Of course, we're going to add the papacy because, of course, and the northern part of Italy for the Spaniards. And then we go up here to Alsace-Lorraine, in which actually in-game is part of another faction, but is in history part of the Spaniards. And then we have, of course, this part of Wallonia, which is Brussels, of course, Belgium. So these, including now the Habsburgs that are going to consist in here, most likely, up to this point, including the territories of Ferdinand. These guys are going to conform a big coalition called the Catholic League. So what that means is that a peculiar character up in here called Christian IV, the king of the Danes, is going to start to get a little bit nervous about this huge coalition. And of course, there is no interesting history of Europe without the intervention of England. England is going to get very, very angry. So, what is going to happen? Okay, so what is going to happen? A very interesting situation is going to develop. With all this thing happening, Spain, the great empire of the Spaniards, and the Pope, including the Habsburgs, they're going to unite. There is another war happening here, over here, for the actual coalition that is going to be formed. Of course, the number one country that is going to start making this more international, it's going to be Netherlands over here. Okay, so Netherlands here is going to rise against the Spaniards and is going to fight Spain. England is going to supply the Netherlands with money. And of course, there is another nation that is going to supply Netherlands with money, and not only Netherlands, but as well the other Protestant countries. And you're going to ask yourself, why is France, being a Catholic, supplying with money the Protestant? Well, it's because Cardinal Richelieu is going to be in the politics of France, and even though he was a Catholic himself, he is going to be more interested in between the rivalries in between the Habsburgs and the French. So then is going to happen that the Netherlands, being supplied with money from France, they are going as well to be supplied with money from actually England. And then everything is going to become a huge war in between all these countries. And finally, the other guy that is going to be added into the equation for the Catholics is going to be the Union of Crewo, or the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. So these guys over here are going to be united against the whole situation here. So it's going to be a very interesting thing in which the Pope is going to supply with money to the Habsburgs and is going to supply with money to France. So Spain is able to attack the Netherlands, and then France, because this thing is very near to them, and England as well is going to supply with money to them because they have a rivalry with Spain, and these guys because they have as well a rivalry in between Habsburgs and the French, Bourbons, they are going to supply with money to the Netherlands and as well to Christian, and they are going to try to convince this guy and these territories over here to form a huge, or at least a coalition against the Catholics. So at the end, this area over here is going to form a coalition against the Catholic nations, including the French. So something around those lines is going to be a mess, but the major battles are going to be in between the Habsburgs and the Habsburgs, Wallenstein, Tilly, and all of them are going to attack these Protestant nations, including the Danes, and indirectly these guys are going to help, and then the fight in between Spain and Netherlands. Let's get on into the Pike Shot mod for Napoleon Total War. Is a mod that is described as TBD, to be decided or to be announced. It's a work in progress, a little bit rough in the edges. Right now I am controlling the faction of the Habsburgs monarchy. There are a little bit of discrepancies in terms of historical accuracy. For example, you begin with Matthias, the Emperor Matthias, and then it continues with the succession with things very strange like Franz Joseph and stuff like that. I believe that's because it's not finished, and of course there are some things that are not done, for example descriptions in some of the units. But apart from that, it's a very nice indeed. Up to this point, if this is not finished, not a finished mod, well, let me tell you that it's very engaging, interesting, and fascinating indeed. So what we're going to do here is to, as we can see, we are at war with the Republic of the Seven United Provinces, because we are helping our allies in the Catholic League. As I mentioned before, the Iberian Union is called here, but it's Spain. We are allies with Spain, and of course we are allies with the Papal States and with Bavaria as well. The Duchy of Bavaria is a very good ally of us. The only thing that I cannot do is to ally myself with the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. For some reason it says request alliance, but it's grayed out because cannot ally with an enemy of your allies. With which actually it's a little bit interesting, because it says that he is allied with Russia, Brandenburg, Prussia, and Electorate of Saxony, with which I already had a war with them, but I made peace. However, for some reason I'm not able to do that. Never mind. So the Northern Coalition of Lutherans actually has begun. So I'm at war with the Duchy of Mecklenburg and Pomerania-Stettin, which historically is correct. We're going to assume that this guy here is Wallenstein, of course, and we are building an army here, down here, with which you can see that there are several armies marching through here. I'm going to consolidate a good army here, and this is going to be the Tilly's army. The names of the actual commanders are not historically. They are using assets from Napoleon in combination with assets with Empire. For example, the rakes are clearly an asset for Empire. So here we see Spain, of course, and I'm building here. I'm creating an army here. This guy, I have sent him to the north, and right now what I'm going to do is okay, this is the consolidation of this army here, and I'm going to show a little bit of what I'm researching here. Interesting scientific method which increases the technology research rate, which is pretty obvious. industrial, I think this branch of the technology tree is not worked, hasn't been touched at all, I think, because it has the usual industrial technologies that are obviously more advanced than the 17th century. But in terms of what you got in the battlefield, and you're going to see that is lovely, is very incredible. You have to think actually in terms of 17th century warfare, which is completely different from the 19th century, 18th and 19th century warfare. What I'm curious about is what is the mother going to do in terms of the behavior, because obviously Napoleon and Empire is designed to behave, the AI behavior is designed actually to behave for actually for line infantry stuff, you know, line infantry formations, and even with that it's a little bit rough. I don't want to enter into that discussion here because, you know, so it's going to be interesting to see that. So we're good here. I'm going to end the turn. Has a lot of classical music. Okay, then we got here in Tyrol. Okay, that's good. Let me take the Uglan here. Well, I believe it's okay by now. I'm going to leave the Uglan there, or perhaps I can move the Uglan up in here. So let's move these guys here. This guy is going to be moved in here. This is Tilly. This is actually Tilly. Let's assume that this is Tilly. And, well, economically we're good. We're waiting for the capitulation of Mecklenburg. And, yeah, here, this is our enemy as well. So I'm doing a little bit of sabotage here. I'm going to sabotage here. Then let me see if I can move, if I can do something with them. Still, I cannot get this. However, I can present state gift, which is going to be useful. Okay, for the relations. With the Ottomans, we're okay. I'm not going to meddle with the Ottoman thing. Now, here we have Transylvania, which actually, historically, it was in a sort of a bad relation with the Habsburgs, but here is actually a different faction, which I appreciate the thing that they're doing here with Wallachia, Transylvania. So, yeah, that's it. Just let me see if I can harm a little bit here. I'm seeing that they are... This was harmed by my own rake. And I'm not sure if they are actually repairing the port. That's good. Let's go here and assassinate Walter von Almont of the Republic of the Seven Provinces. There we go. Now they don't have any academic gentleman to help them with, you know, with research. Okay, let's move this one here and let's end the turn. Another 2 turns and they're going to capitulate. Either capitulate or attack me. Yeah, there they are. So yeah, let's fight them. Have a pretty good army. Let's hope that the actual battle is not going to be developed in this mountainous, in this you know, landscape with a lot of mountains and stuff like that, because it's pretty the formation with this type of warfare in the 17th century warfare is useless in mountains. And for our luck, is raining. So I'm going to use this. I've seen that this button works better than other buttons. Now these are the Forlorn Hope. I'm going to talk about the Forlorn Hope when they engage. Very interesting. So where are my... These are the grenadier... No, these are the artillery. Let me see if I can... I'm gonna tell them to shoot at the general, if I am able to see it. There you go. And let's start. Okay, I'm going to move my cavalry here. Okay, look at that. Okay, these are cavalry trying to attack me. Okay, let's do this. They have a lot of cavalry here. Okay, here's the other one. Where's the other one? Now we have to concentrate ourselves with this. Now they managed to get in here, so I'm going to move this Spanish infantry. Oh, good radiance. I have those Spanish mercenaries there. Okay, so right now I'm going to shoot at this, and I'm going to start moving my pikes in here. Now these, as I mentioned before, are the Fallen Hope. They are criminals that were sent into the fray with no expectancy to survive, actually. Simply to be sent and die. Okay, what do we got here? Okay, here we got these guys are going to shoot here. Yeah, of course they are concentrating here. Okay, where's the cavalry here? Fighting in here with matchlock infantry. Now let's take this. Most of them are infantry as well. Okay, so let's send these, this one here, this one here. Shoot at this one. Shoot at this one. What is this? Austrian pikeman. Here we have more. Spanish infantrymen. Okay, let's engage here. Still Langknechts here.
Our men are running, sir.
Let's take this here, this here, and this here. Okay, so where are my... let's put all of them here. Now they are fighting against matchlock infantry here. This is my cavalry.
Our men are running, sir.
And here is the general. Obviously they routed my... my artillery. So I'm going to take the pikes here. Now these guys definitely are going to be moved back in here. These guys are going to shoot here. Where's my general? Okay, my general is gonna charge in here. While these guys are going to shoot in here. So now we move here. The spikes are going to get here, these guys here. The general here. These are the Forlorn Hope directly to here. And we are going to envelop the general.
We have killed their general.
General definitely is going to run away. And then here. And that's it. So we won. So yeah, because of the, you know, it's raining, there is a lot of misfire possibilities, even having into account that these are not flintlocks. These are mostly matchlocks with snap hands, something like that. And these are more archaic versions of the these are muskets of the flintlock rifle, or flintlock musket, basically, because it's not a rifle actually. So talking about the political situation again, remembering what I said on the previous explanation, you can see that is 1625, and it is well known that there is going to be another contender within the Lutherans, and that is going to be the Swedes, with the very, very famous general Gustavus Adolphus that made very, very interesting stuff in terms of warfare. He is a very influential general and man in history. He's going to add his country into the fray against the Catholic Habsburgs and the Catholic, the Catholic League, and with that, France is finally going to officially enter into the war, and the hell is going to let loose, and mostly the battlefield and the clashes are going to be here in Germany. So we have up to the year 1630, another 5 years, to apparently see the Swedes entering the fray. Now, let me go and put this sound a little bit down because I don't want problems. So then, as I was saying, 1625, we are, so around 1630, the war that began inside Germany and was a clashing between Lutherans and Catholics is going to spread all over basically Europe. So as you can see, the time is going to be is passing here one month per turn. That's the actual passing of time in here. Okay, we got the small star fort here, which is important to get. Let's see what we got here. Okay, these guys are going straight into here. And another turn for that. Now, let's take that. I'm seeing here a Danish rake, which I'm going to challenge. Okay, we can do anything about that. Then here, I'm definitely going to sabotage here just to help my Spanish friends, and they executed my agent, sadly. So I'm going to send this one. Agent executed, so apparently they increased the patrols in here. So where is my other rake? Okay, here we have one. Oh, here's the other one. I'm going to sabotage here. There you are. Couldn't do. And then we got this one. I think this one is going to be sent into here. It's a darkly charismatic with one dueling when +1 to dueling when dueling with swords. Okay. Okay, yeah, finally. Let's auto-resolve this. We got a victory here. Now, the thing is, historically, you know, Wallenstein is going to do a lot of atrocities. He's going to sack, burn, and kill a lot of populations. Mostly northern Germany, if I'm not mistaken, is going to suffer a lot from this type of stuff. But it is said that the Wallenstein occupied Mecklenburg, and he stayed there as if Mecklenburg was part of his own property, because that was the deal, you know, with the emperor, that he's going to, because he was a magnate with a lot of money, he's going to move his influence, and he's going to recruit troops with his own money, but in exchange everything that he was able to conquer is going to be added to his own property. And because of that is going to evolve into the situation that Sweden as well, because of the taking of Mecklenburg and the ports in the Baltic, that's going to make a mess, and then Sweden is going to be added into the fray. So I'm thinking that to liberate Mecklenburg is going to be good for the playthrough. It's going to be good for the match. However, peacefully occupy is giving me a predicted region wealth of 17,881, which it looks pretty nice. So I believe that it's a little bit tough. So I think I'm going to liberate. Now, liberating means that Mecklenburg is now a protectorate, so it's part of the Holy Roman Empire. So that's the whole thing, to have a variety of factions still alive and making the Holy Roman Empire the most realistically possible. If you remember, I have a Let's Play on 19th century Empire of Austria, and we did something similar. So let's see, we got here, this is Prague. Okay, we got here our troops here, so I'm going to move these guys here. And then we got the Austrian Dragoons. Austrian Dragoons are going to be sent to Innsbruck. These guys continue their march in here. And what else here? I think it's here. Yeah, in another 2 turns I'm going to have these. So I'm going to move this army to the frontier. Well, basically here. Okay, here is going to be okay. What else do we got here? Mecklenburg, we got the magistrate in Austria. Okay. Here we have another 4 turns for that. Can we add this? No. Golden Age of Mathematics, I need this for that. And 1 more turn for cantonment. I will be able to recruit Max Wallenstein Regiment. Yeah, this is the regiment of Wallenstein, which is pretty nice. Actually, it has a lot of morale. So let me see. That's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting to see that there. So what I'm going to do is to continue with the when this is research scientific method, I'm going to go straight for Willock, Snap Hands. Now, actually, Willock and Snap Hands is the technologies that are in par with this 17th century. Then Flintlock, of course, is going to be developed in this 17th century kind of time, but Flintlock is not going to be this technology, or this type of musket is not going to be produced in mass up to the beginning of the 18th century. So however, here it says that it gives -1% upkeep cost for infantry units, -3 to unit marksmanship skill, reduce the impact of rain on misfires, -1% to carbine reloading time, recovery chance of battle casualties, plus 7% misfire chance for all gunpowder weapons. You know, it's giving a little bit of misfire chance and decreasing unit marksmanship skill in balance with carbine reloading time and recovery chance in battles. Quite interesting, the way the modders are planning these technologies. What happened here? Oh yeah, so we got this. I think we can add these guys here, of course. So then we can advance into here. And let me see what we can do here. We go here, assassinate. I don't think it's going to be worth it. Infiltrate or sabotage. Perhaps infiltration is going to be better. So now I can have a look at what we got here. Light pikemen and a huge bunch of matchlock with this. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 8. Okay. Interesting decision for the AI to balance their pikes and matchlock. So let's end the turn. Okay, Kingdom of France, trade agreement. They demand 1,500 and they are going to give me lobster tail pot helmet. This is pretty much a bluff, so I'm going to do just trade agreement. What do you say? Okay, they say okay. You know, hypocrisy, Bourbon hypocrisy. They hate us, but they need to trade with us, nevertheless. Funny point. So, yeah, this announcement is going to be a thing, I believe. Okay, mission issued. Capture Berlin, and we're going to be rewarded with money and a lot of troops. Actually, I think I have another one here. Capture Dresden with another 6,000 treasury incentive to doing that. We got cantonment in Vienna, pretty good, because right now I can recruit this. I can build this, sorry, because right now, pretty good, because right now I can build the military barracks, which I'm not going to hesitate in doing. And then, is this giving something maximum number of admirals, which I don't really care. When you are Austria, you don't care about admirals here. Okay, that's good. And here, and here we can do this. We need Keller system to be able to recruit 6-pounders with horse. Interesting. Ah, let's remember that I am doing a larger star fort indeed, because we want defenses against the Ottomans. I'm going to do that here as well and increase the... No, that's okay for that. What else I'm going to do? Let's see if I can go with the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, and again, I cannot do that. What about this? Nothing interesting. In here, we're okay. So, as I remember, we sent one rake here to start messing around with the Republic here in Netherlands. Okay, so then the reason that I'm sending this army here and I'm building here a nice army is because this army, I'm definitely going to send this army here in Piedmont, Liguria, take this and give this to the Spaniards in exchange of Kriegsmark, of course. It's going to be more accurate. Well, look at this. Thousands of rakes ready to attack me, and we see very, very close to our border this general here. This Danish army. Okay, let's see. Is Denmark at war with Brunswick? Duchy of Brunswick. Okay, they are at war with the Duchy of Brunswick. Okay, I think this we will have to wait. So I will return here, because we need to be ready for this. Perhaps I can go on sabotage the army, 39%, but it's possible. Okay, the agent was detected. So let's end the turn and get ready for December, I believe. Trade agreement, we're going to decline. No agreement with the Turks, as always. Okay, we have the scientific method. The workers are on strike in Hesse-Kassel because of the scientific method, I believe, is giving... Well, actually, no. There's no penalties here. Perhaps there are some hidden penalties, something like that. Okay, this is going to increase the upkeep, but we need to we need to get more technologically advanced. Okay, this is going to be a problem right now, because I can go down. This is going to work, but the money is going to be nothing. So what I'm going to do is to see what do we got here. Okay, I think I can take an agent here. No, not possible, so we're okay there. Okay, we got this. Let me take these guys. Yeah, now let's move here to have something else. This is going to be for Innsbruck, getting ready for the invasion of Piedmont. This guy is going to be sent here. This guy here. And that's it. See here. They decided to go north, of course, because of the winter. So still I'm going to go and try to, you know, to sabotage. Oh, in Bohemia as well, that's cool. That's always cool. Okay, let's go directly to here, and finally, let's end the turn. Let's get to 1626. Okay, they're allied with the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. They are saying that they are offering peace treaty with money. I say that if you want that, you're going to be my ally. Of course. So now they are my allies. So I didn't even have to attack them. Now the question is, if, of course, if they are my allies, they still maintain their religion. Path blocked here, okay. And here, for example, I see that this is going to be standardized. You know, here I see that 95% Lutheranism and 5% Catholicism with no increase and decrease. Okay. Okay, we got this here. Got this and this. Okay. And finally here we got the army with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1. Oh, I forgot that it was this one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's here. So he goes there. Perhaps I can move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 instead. Move them north. And these guys here. So now I can concentrate with the, let's say, Wallenstein and go to Denmark. Okay. So now let's see if I can talk with, cannot do that, but I can do this instead. But I'm not going to do that because I don't want to put taxes on the nobility. However, right now I'm gonna try to sabotage this one. Successfully sabotaged. Okay. And with this one I'm going to sabotage here. That was a glorious hit for the Netherlands, sabotaging their ports. very satisfactory. And then here we have the army that I was planning to move. So I have 1, 2, 1, 2. Do we have another one recruiting? Interesting. So now let's recruit another one of these. And could is there Lancer? I remember I was doing that here, I think. No, I didn't saw good. This is German. Raiders. Okay, interesting. I'm gonna take this one. So far so good. Let's see if I can make an alliance with these guys. Cannot ally with an enemy of your allies. Who is the... They are allied with this, this, and this. So now what? Let's talk with this. Make him my ally. I cannot make him my ally. Okay, let's go on, because he is at war with Sweden. Okay, now what about Saxony? Technologically, I can perhaps try to give them these. Okay, let me go and Liberum Veto. Take these. At least the things that I can give to them. And ask for Become Protector and pay them 10,000 perhaps? 12,000 needs to go. No, they don't. Okay, so let's end the turn and let's get to February. Another rake. Send him here. Spy network established in here, which is good. Right now I don't care because I'm going to move him up in here in an operation against the Danes. Now this guy I'm going to send here. Actually, I'm going to raid in here. Okay, here we have slow replenishment for units that basically we cannot recruit here. And yeah, they rebuilt this. Sabotage again. Couldn't do anything. I'm of course at war with England, I believe. Yes. Okay, so that's it. That's it for now. So let's end the turn. And when spring arrives, we're going to be happy. If you are liking what you're seeing, if you are enjoying this, join the ranks and give a like, subscribe to the channel. What are you waiting for? Okay, dual challenge received in between my rake and this rake. So I'm going to go and use a... I'm going to use a rapier. So let's see this. So you know the small videos that are missing from the newer titles that all the community is claiming to have back again. Yeah, they were on spot. Oh, something happened. I think my rake lost the duel. it was like, okay, this guy is sabotaging our economy, our ports, so let's give him a lesson. Agent executed. Wait, does that means that my agent won? It was weird. Okay, let's duel with this one. Assassination success. And then let's send him here. What do we got here? Oh yeah, we got this. We're going to send this directly to here. This one goes here. Star Fort in Kazel and Large Fort in Vienna. And here we got this. I think this is going to be okay here. And let me go and see the policies. Ooh. As always, this place is a little bit angry. I'm going to get this, the magistrate in here. And yeah, finally we can still wait in here. So let's with my agent try to sabotage. Successfully done.
Verstecke mich.
So there we are. I think we are set for another amazing chapter. So far we're doing very, very good. We're getting ready our army in Innsbruck. We got here a gentleman that is going to be sent directly to Prague, of course. The Brandenburg Prussian, I think, is declared war on us. Brandenburg Prussia is now officially at war with us. Okay. They joined the Danes. And okay, we send these guys here. Do that here. Okay, let's take these. Let's take these Polish Lancers down here. And these still going to be sent in here. This guy joins the effort, and there we are. So now I'm going to send this guy straight in here to this pasture and sabotage. It's going to be very, very tricky, this thing. So I am enjoying this a lot. This is a mod that has a lot of potential, and I'm going to continue this in the next chapter. So what are you waiting for? If you are still haven't give a like, subscribe to the channel and join the ranks of Victus. See you in the next one.